Good morning. Welcome to Mentally Unstable Makeup. I am your host, Unstable Tony. And this is where you come to watch me very amateurly put on makeup. I've got my green shirt on, which I kind of feel like it's choking me, but so today I am going to dip in to this Arcana. If y'all saw, I got it a while back, and I'm super excited, but I want to do some green, if you couldn't tell. I don't have anything on, so I figured we would do this, the whole shebang. The first thing that I do, my Merle Norman, it is the Lasting Foundation. It is the only foundation that I have found, and it's got SPF in it, that doesn't break me out. And then I mix a little bit of the Foundsealer Tarte, and this is it's got a B name in it, but it's the kind that goes like this. I can never remember the name of it. But I mix these two. It helps me get a better color match. It also, the Merle Norman is super matte, and so it helps with not being quite so dry and matte because I have dry skin. So I'm just going to dab this on all around. And I am struggling this morning. I'm super, super tired. This whole throwing off my routine, working from home thing is really messing with me. So I wanted to show you my sponge. Okay, these are the Juno & Co. sponges. These are the cloud sponges, not the microfiber. Although I like the microfiber too, but the cloud sponges are my favorite. I've got a bunch added to a cart as soon as I feel comfortable with ordering. I will be getting more of these in. That's super, super, super soft. They last a long time. I've washed this one a ton of times. But I think it spreads everything out really good. It doesn't absorb a whole lot of product. And they're cheap, which is always a great thing. I love cheap. Cheap and good. Cheap and good. I don't mind spending money as long as it's worth it. But like, I even tried the beauty blender, like the actual brand beauty blender, and I just wasn't impressed. And after 2 washes, my beauty blender like cracked and fell apart. And I don't play that. Like, once they start cracking, I throw them away because I don't know, I don't like that. I don't like that. I had a bunch of like Real Techniques. Another good one that I found was Beauty Bakery. The ones that come in like the egg carton looking thing. Those are really good too. I have several of those. They're not quite as soft as these, but they're still really, really good. So if you're looking for sponges and you want to try good ones, I got my Juno & Co. ones off of Beautylish, which if you haven't tried Beautylish is awesome. The way that they package their stuff when you order from them is absolutely beautiful. It's like you're getting a Christmas present. I mean, it's just amazing. Their shipping is super fast. Sometimes they run sales. I'm a huge Beautylish fan. So now I'm going to take the pointy side. And it's pointy, but it's got like a flat, which is another reason I love this sponge. And I just use the Shape Tape concealer. I've tried so many different concealers, guys. I use the Painterly Paint Pot, the Smashbox, the Camo. I've tried ColourPop. I've tried several Jeffree Stars a couple of times because, I don't know, I'm a sucker for his packaging, but I just wasn't really impressed. And I keep going back to my Shape Tape. It just gives me great coverage. It also kind of gives me a tacky base because I don't set my concealer, and that's how I get some of my That's how I get my colors to kind of pop. And I just realized that my lighting is horrible. I'm not a professional, guys. I'm not a professional. But we're gonna have fun anyways. Because we're quarantined. What else do we have to do? Makeup. I will say this. I know that because of most of us that are kind of stuck at home and all of that, it's really hard to get the motivation to do your makeup because you're really not going to be going anywhere and nobody's going to be seeing you. But I do this, one, because it's therapeutic for me, and for two, it makes me feel better. So I encourage you, even if you are just slapping on a lip gloss or, you know, slapping one color on your eyelid or whatever, like, make yourself feel good. Do something for you that makes you feel good. I mean, in this time with everything that's so uncertain and crazy, you know, you might as well feel good about yourself. It's the one thing you can do. PSA, do not cut your hair. Do not dye your hair. Do not give yourself bangs during this time. I know a lot of us, we get bored and, you know, with us not having to go to work and stuff like that, we're kind of like, oh, we can do that crazy color that we've been wanting to do. And don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Resist the urge, guys. Resist the urge. So for my eyebrows, I love this thing. Back when I used to get BoxyCharm, I got this and I have fell in love with it, and I've been using it ever since. It's the Iconic Brow Cushion, and I use the shade medium. It's got, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got like a light and a dark side. So I'll dip into the light side for the front of my eyebrows. And if you notice, I have pretty thick eyebrows, which is shocking because I went through my Pamela Anderson phase where I had them pencil thin for such a long time. But I follow the line of where it's at. And then I'll dip in like to the light side and a little bit to the dark side. And then I just fill them in. I haven't learned like how to do that crazy ombre type of brow. I don't think I ever will, if I'm being honest, just because, I don't know, to me that just looks super fake. But everybody's different. Everybody likes different things. So if you can do that, I am super proud of you. That's awesome. I can't physically do it, and I just don't like the way it looks on me. Now, I will say, when I first started doing brows, I used to be like, oh my God, this is too dark. Oh my gosh, this is too dark. When you first start doing it, you are going to feel like it is way too dark. And trust me, it's not. It's just going to feel that way because you're not used to it. But once you get used to it, and you do a full face, you'll be like, where did my eyebrows go? But I mean, you can see a major difference. And it just kind of frames your face. Am I saying that you have to do brows? Nope. You don't. Does it help with some looks? Sure does. That's one thing you can do while you're stuck at home. Practice your eyebrows. Practice your wing. Yeah, I'm still practicing. I still can't do one. I've tried everything. I've tried tape. I've tried stamps. I've tried pomades. I've tried every brand of, oops. So I'm filming this on my phone. And apparently, every time I get a phone call, it stops filming. So there's probably a gap in between me talking and it just probably just cut off. But welcome to amateur makeup. Okay, so once I have it filled in the way that I like it, and try to get it as even as I can get them. Then I take this little Maybelline Tattoo Studio thing. It is a brow tint pen in 360 medium brown. What I like about it is the tip of it is pointy. And then I will take it and just kind of define this, the tip of my brow. Just to make it sharper. And if I mess up, I can always just take my beauty blender and just wipe it off. Like if I get it too long or whatever. But that's how I do my brows. Okay, so now for the exciting part. The eyeshadow. Okay, so for today's look, I'm going to use one of these. I got these off of Amazon. It's like a $9 for a pack of 100 of them, but they're called Shadow Shields. And I'm kind of a cheap ass. So I will take it in a pair of scissors and I'll actually cut it in half. And part of that too is because this is meant to go like up underneath your eye, and this is too big for me. So I cut it in half so that I can still use it and it not be like all glued up underneath here. And it comes with a peel off thing. And one tip that I do is I put it on the back of my hand first, just so that it's not so sticky, so that I'm not like ripping it off my eyeball. And then I just place it lined up with my waterline and then place it down. And it helps create that crisp line. I don't always do this, but it's fun sometimes with some looks. And this is the hard part, is trying to get the angle the same on both eyes. And it's kind of hard to do because you kind of have to look back and like eyeball it. Like, see, this one's too high. So let's pull it down just a tad bit. Especially because your eyes are not symmetrical. So it's really hard to get them even, because you always have one good eye and one bad eye. So now I have wings. Not the kind of wings I want, but so I'm gonna start by going into this altar shade, and this is gonna be my transition. So again, I'm gonna use a fat fluffy brush. This is a Alter Ego. Like I've said before, I have a bunch of random cheap brand of brushes. For me, it's more about the bristle than it is about the brand. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on brushes. The density of which the bristles are packed and the shape is way more important than the brand name or how much money you spent on them. And I've used like natural hair brushes. I've used synthetic. I've used one of mine I got in a mystery box is a goat hair brush, and I'll be real honest, I don't really see a whole lot of difference. A synthetic brush to me picks up the same as a natural hair brush. I will say the natural hair brushes, when I wash them, they tend to fray and frizz out, whereas the synthetic ones keep their shape. So if you are a no-fuss person like me, and you don't want to have to deal with putting one of those little sleeves on your brushes to keep the shape, then stick with synthetic. Just my opinion. So if you notice, I'm putting this kind of in my crease, but I'm circling and pushing it up above my crease, and that's because I have hooded eyes. And if I don't, you won't see this color at all. I have noticed that these colors tend to go on a lot darker than they are in the pan. Like if you can see on my lid, this is darker than what it looks like in here. But these apply beautifully. They blend perfectly. They mix with each other perfectly. Like I'm super, super ecstatic with my Shroud order. This has been a great experience. I highly recommend them. Highly recommend them. Okay, and as always, as I go down in my eye, I go down in brush size. So this is another fluffy brush, but it is a smaller fluffy brush than the first one that I used for the transition color. This is an alter ego also. And I'm going to go into this dark green right here. And I'm going to try to put this, and this is a matte. Oh, she dusty. It's kind of a grungy green. And I'm going to try to concentrate this right into my crease. And then after I get the pigment where I want in the crease, then I will start to blend it up into that transition shade. And this is a awesome grungy green color. Ooh, I love this. I love it. Yeah. It's almost looking brown in the camera, isn't it? I apologize as I get better at this and eventually get enough subscribers. I will probably invest in better recording equipment. But right now, all I have is my phone. So this is what you get. So when I first got this palette, the green in this, the shimmer green that's in this, that I'm going to put all over my lid, is one of the first shades that really stood out to me. So I have been excited to put this green on my lid. And I've been playing with other stuff, so I haven't done it. So today is the day. Okay, so once I have that color down, I'm going to take this first one that I did the transition. I'm not going to add any more product, and I'm just going to blend out just to make sure everything's smooth. Make sure there's not any like crazy lines. We're just going to smooth it out. See? Okay. So now I'm going to take a rounded but more of a flatter type brush. And this is a, I don't know, because this is a Clonado Cosmetic, I don't know, I can't pronounce the name. But it is a stiff, but it's rounded. And I'm going to take my NYX glitter glue. And I'm just going to put a little tiny dab on the back of my hand. A little tiny bit will do ya. And I'm just going to dip in there, get a little bit on my brush. And then I will take my brush and I'll tap it on a dry spot of my hand just to keep it from being clumpy. And I am going to place this all over my lid, everywhere that I want that shimmer to really pop and stick. I have found that if I keep it lower, like right in here, then when I place the shimmer, I can put it on and then blend it up better. Because anywhere this glitter glue is, the shadow is going to really stick to it. And it kind of makes it hard to blend. I mean, you can do it, but you got to really work at it. It takes quite a bit to get it to blend out once it's stuck to this glitter glue. So I'm doing this kind of low so that I can pull it up into the crease and stuff and be able to blend it. Okay, so now I'm going to take this same brush that's got the glitter glue on it. I'm going to go into Alchemy. which in the pan, this palette was kind of like, ooh, this is grungy pretty, blah, blah, blah. But then I saw swatches and I saw other YouTubers use it. And these shimmers, are absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't, in the pan, it doesn't look like it's going to be this amazing. But with the glitter glue, I mean, it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous emeraldy green. Almost like a jewel tone. Can you see it? And I'm just packing this on, getting it stuck into the glitter glue. These little eye shields also help with any fallout. It will catch the fallout, which is great. Because if you haven't noticed, I put my foundation and stuff on before I do my eyeshadow, which I know is backwards, but I don't know, I've always done it that way. And that's just what I'm used to. Oh my God, what a pretty color. This is not, it is not translating on camera like it is in person. This is a stunning color. Okay, so now I'm going to go back with that second brush with that dark green that I used, and I'm just barely going to tap into it. And I'm going to take it and just run it into my crease just to help blend that shimmer up just a little bit. And that is because as I open my eyes and blink, it's going to transfer anyways. So I'm just trying to make sure that that transfer is blended decent and that the gradient or transition into that dark green is a smooth one. Can you see? And anywhere that I feel like I need to add more, I'm just going to dab more. Because like I said, sometimes when I blink, it creases up and then I open my eye and it leaves that spot, which is annoying. Okay. So now that I have the top part of it, I'm done with this. Oh, and see how it made that sharp line? So now I need to do my bottom lid, and I think, I don't know. I'm not sure what color to do. I'm just trying to make sure this is all the way down to my lash line. Sometimes as you move your head and move it around, you can really tell where there's spots. So I don't want to do the green down here too. I want to do a different color. But I'm not sure what color in this thing to do. So I'm going to grab a smaller, it's still a flat, but it's fluffy. This is a Morphe Jaclyn Hill. And I think I'm going to go into this purple right here. Just because I think teal and purple is beautiful together. Or green and purple, whatever. So I am going to spray my brush with my Morphe setting spray. And that's because this is a shimmer. I do that with all of my shimmers. It helps with the fallout, and it helps the color to pop more. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Oh, I got it in my eye. It's in my eye. And as you can see, I'm trying to keep this tightly up against my waterline. I will use the transition shade that I used in the first shade that I used as my transition shade. I will use that down at the bottom to kind of smoke it out and make it not such a harsh line. If you also notice, some of the some of the green from the top transferred down to the bottom. No big deal. Just use Q-tip, wipe it off. And I'm just layering this, going back and forth over and over again until I get it to the intensity that I want it. And I am getting quite a bit of fallout with this. So I'm going to have to be really careful and wipe my face off. Okay, so I've got fallout. So I'm going to just take a big fluffy brush and I'm just going to gently wipe it away. And hope that it doesn't smear. I got a little bit right there that smeared instead. But it's okay. Because I'll just take my beauty blender and I'll just dab back over it. All done. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to take that very first brush that I used for the transition shade in the top. And I'm going to dip back into it. And I'm going to tap it off. And I'm just going to rub this gently underneath that purple. And again, it's just to smoke it out. It's not so much that I care if the color is there. I'm just smoking out that bottom lash line so that I don't have such a stark line down there. And then I'm going to go back into the purple and just really get up close to my waterline. Just to replace anything that may have wiped off while I was putting on that transition color. And my eyes are already starting to water. Don't you love that? So put it back. Now, for my waterline, I'm going to try to find a dark purple. What shade is this? Nope. That one's too bright. That one will work. So this is a Ulta Beauty Automatic Eyeliner. It is in the shade, I don't know, matte purple. This is matte purple. I got this free with some stuff that I ordered at Ulta. So I don't know how good these are. Y'all know my favorite is ColourPop. I mean, it's on there. Barely. I'm going to have to do a couple layers. Which doing a couple layers when your eyes are watering sucks. But she's trying. Come on. Normally I don't have this much trouble with my eyeliner. mean, that works. Not my favorite, but it works. Now my eyeballs are watering. Okay. So I am going to pause you here. I'm going to put my contour blush, mascara, and put on a lippy, and then I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. So here's the finished look with mascara and eyeliner and everything. I did go with an inner corner highlight with my laser gazer from Kaleidos, and then my cheek highlight, not that you can see on the camera, but you can see it in my news. I went with Solar Sailor, which is like a yellow. And then my lip is a KOKO from Kylie Cosmetics. It is probably the only one that I own from her, and it is in OKURRR, and it's OKURRR. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade. It does last a really long time. However, this is drying as crap. It's super, super dry. Just to give you a heads up. So I bought it a while back, and I'm still going to use it because I bought it and I'm going to use it. But not my favorite formula. It does last a long time. It's a beautiful color, but holy crap, my lips are dry as crap right now. And it will only get worse as the day goes by. But I'm going to wear it anyways because I bought it. So this is the final look. And I can see already some spots that I'm going to have to go back and fix. But it is what it is. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Love yourselves. Love each other. And do something for yourself. Take care of yourself today, okay? Mwah.